Hello, welcome back to Litigation Speaks. My name is Richard Claywell, and I want to talk to you about different aspects that business valuation experts do in their daily work that creates problems for them where they're not following the valuation theory or the principles for doing business valuations. Today I want to talk about the order of magnitude. The order of magnitude is a simple concept. The order of magnitude means you multiply something by 10. So whatever your data set is, you multiply by 10. When we use a market approach, what we want to do is to bracket the data set that we're looking at. So if we have a company that sales are $1 million, you multiply that by 10, then the upper limit for finding other companies to see if they're comparable or not would be $10 million. When you read the literature, it talks about that. I was actually listening to a webinar several months ago. Somebody asked, how do you determine the lower limit? The individual giving the webinar never did answer the question. So I'm going to tell you what the question is so you can look for it and see if we are in fact within that bracket. What you would do is you would take $1 million and multiply that by 10%. A tenth, that would get you $100,000. If you take the $100,000, you multiply that by 10, you get $1 million. So we've bracketed that. Now here's where the issue comes in. With the order of magnitude, the assumption is if we're within one order of magnitude, then the data is comparable. If we have a larger company, we wind up having better management than we do of a lower company. We don't have nepotism going on out there like you do in smaller companies. The larger company has a larger geographical area. Smaller companies do not. A lot of larger companies have in-house counsel. Smaller companies don't. So there's a whole litany of things like that you can go through and say, well, larger companies have it, smaller companies don't. So we don't want to exceed the 10 times or the one order of magnitude, because that gets us into companies that are not going to be comparable to what we're trying to value, i.e. we do not want to go below, for example, the $100,000, because those companies are too small. We have already exceeded the quality of the firm's management within this bracket that I'm talking about. How easy is this to find? It's really pretty easy. When you get a financial statement or a business valuation report or information about comparable companies, there should be something in the report that shows you what the company's sales are. There should be something that shows you what the order of magnitude is. A lot of times people don't do that, so you have to make the calculation yourself. And I'm using $1 million as a simple example. It makes no difference what your number is. I'm going to show you the math on what you need to do that. Take your $1 million in sales, multiply that by 10, one order of magnitude. If they have considered sales larger than that one order of magnitude, that's not acceptable valuation theory. If you take the $1 million, multiply by 10%, i.e. 0.1, that gives you the lower limit. So if they're including comparable sales below that lower limit, that's incorrect. They should not be doing that. They should be stratifying the range between $100,000 and $10 million. That'd be the range to look for. If they've got higher or lower than that, it's going to distort the valuation multiples that they're going to give. Also, if you think about this, this makes sense. The higher, the better quality the company is, the more revenues they have, the better structure they have, there are less discounts associated with that. So when you use these multiples, make sure that it's within this range for the order of magnitude between one order, which is 10 times, or one order, which would be 0.1, 10% would be the lower boundary for the order of magnitude. I hope this helps. Take a look at what you get and see what your expert is doing for you. Thank you.